everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about some of the teas that I have been enjoying recently and just kind of giving you my opinions on them. There's definitely some fun ones in here, so let's go ahead and jump in. So the very first one that I have is the Stash Pumpkin Spice Decaf. This is one that has been in my collection for such a long time, and I really, really love this tea. It's a black tea base, but it's decaf, so you can drink this in the evenings and not worry about it, disturbing your sleep. Or if you are sensitive to caffeine, this is a great way to get a black tea that's pumpkin spice without the caffeine. This one is your very kind of traditional pumpkin spice. So you've got, let's see, naturally decaffeinated black tea, cinnamon, ginger root, pumpkin spice flavor, clove, and allspice. So just very traditional flavors. This is great as is, like just brew it up as is. It's also really, really good if you get the International Delights pumpkin pie creamer and put a splash of that in. That is fabulous. This is also really, really good as a latte, an iced latte or a hot latte. So definitely a good, like, kind of classic one that is always in my stash, literally like stash, but I highly, highly recommend that one. Next up, I was working through this Yogi Caramel Apple Spice Slim Life tea. This is, I guess, here's my struggle, you guys. I'm having a hard time finding a really, really good, solid, like caramel apple tea that I like. Celestial Seasonings does Caramel Apple Dream. That one is pretty decent, but I feel like it's kind of on the tart side. So that one I always tend to drink iced. This one, I feel like the caramel apple flavor in this is so mellow that it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just not like it there enough for me, I guess. And I don't know, how do I say this? Like, I don't know if it's me, like maybe I just don't like caramel apple tea. I don't think that's it though, because like, well, actually, I'll tell you in a second why I don't think that's it. But I'm having a really hard time finding a caramel apple tea that I absolutely love. So if you guys have any recommendations for me, please let me know in the comments down below. A really, really good caramel apple tea. And it doesn't have to be a black tea. I mean, I don't care. Like, it can be an herbal, it can be a black tea, it can be a rooibos. Like, I don't care. I'm just looking for a really, really good caramel apple tea that can be in my permanent stash for every autumn, something to look forward to. Okay, so the reason that I don't think it's that I don't like caramel apple tea is because I had two of these and I finished one. This is the Pinky Up Apple Spice Cake Herbal Tea with Natural Flavors. This was the most amazing tea, an apple spice tea that I have ever had. And it's apple spice cake. That kind of cake flavor in it definitely translated, in my opinion, to very caramely. It was amazing, amazing. And I actually got this in my Sips buy box. So I was so excited. So I went to the website and they don't have it anymore. They have a different one. It's like caramel or it's apple pie or something like that, but they didn't have this exact one. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, because if they still had this one, this would have been it. This would have been my, my version of the caramel apple tea that I would have wanted in my stash. And they don't have it anymore. Like, there was nothing about it at all on the website. Not even like oh, we're out of stock. Like, it just wasn't there at all. So I was so bummed out. So that's why I'm thinking it's not that I don't like caramel apple tea. It's just that I'm struggling to find a good one, since this one obviously is no longer. So I still have one packet to use, and I'm like hoarding it for like a special occasion because I'm so bummed that I can't get it. But if you do happen to see that one, it is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Next up, I tried out this Tranq Bar Dandelion and Elderflower tea, and I actually got this in my Sips buy box. Also, I still have 3 more to go through. This one, it was fine. I don't know how else to really say. Yeah, it doesn't even have the ingredients on here. But it was just, to me, it just kind of tasted like a berry type of a tea, which was probably the elderflower flavor. Most of the time, like most dandelion teas that I've had have been roasted dandelion. I'm not 100% sure if this is roasted dandelion or just dandelion, but I didn't get that flavor in this. Like I didn't get the roasted flavor, because a lot of times when you have that roasted dandelion, it almost gives you like a little bit of like a coffee flavor. This didn't have that. It just tasted kind of like a mellow berry tea. So it was good, but it was nothing amazing. You know, I have a ton of berry teas in my stash that I feel like are really, really good. And this just was just kind of there. I guess if you were going for the health benefits of the dandelion and the elderflower, because I know dandelion is really, really good for detoxing and the elderflower is really good for your immunity. So maybe if you were strictly going with this from like a medicinal standpoint, like that, maybe I could understand. But I don't know. I just wasn't super impressed with this one. And then there is this August Uncommon tea, and this is the Arabesque. And I was very excited to give this one a try because I've heard such mixed reviews on the August Uncommon teas, but they always seem to have very unique flavor profiles. So this is the Aromatic green tea with orange and vanilla. And this one says it tastes like sandalwood incense, spiced orange, and vanilla. Now, I was very concerned about that sandalwood incense because I was worried that it would taste perfumey instead of the orange and vanilla flavor, but I was very pleasantly surprised. This is amazing. Oh my gosh, it smells amazing. It tastes amazing. It was definitely, you could definitely taste that like almost like a creamsicle, like orange creamsicle flavor. And there was a hint of something else in there, but I would not have said sandalwood incense. Oh my gosh, even smelling it, it's so amazing. So amazing. So this was definitely a hit for me. I think I want to get more of this, and I definitely want to try more of the teas from this brand. So very excited about that. Next up we have, this is Amber Mint from Dominion Tea, and the ingredients in this are rooibos, peppermint, orange peel, and safflower. So I have like a love-hate relationship with mint teas, and this is another one. It's just going to fall into that category. I don't particularly love the flavor of mint, but I feel like mint has such great use medicinally, and this was a prime example of this. I actually had this tea twice, 2 cups of this, and both times the flavor was okay. I mean, it wasn't anything amazing, but it made me feel so much better. The one time I felt like I had eaten too much. Like I don't know that I really had, but you know when you get that feeling where you just feel like overly full? I don't know, maybe it's just like your stomach fills up with gas or something. That's probably too much information. But you know, it's that kind of like full, uncomfortable feeling. I had a cup of this right after I had eaten and felt like that, and it completely soothed my stomach, which was amazing. So even though the flavor to me wasn't like something that I would reach for just, you know, for the pleasure of the taste, I would definitely reach for this tea if I wasn't feeling well. And then the other time, again, it was because my stomach was feeling kind of disgusting and upset, so I had a cup of this, and it worked like a charm. Like it soothes it. So this tea is one that I may get more of it. I'm not saying that, like, if you're someone that only drinks tea, you know, because of taste, because of flavor, that's not why I'm buying this. I mean, it's fine. It's whatever. But to me, it was so soothing on my stomach, and it wasn't the traditional. A lot of times the more traditional teas that are supposed to soothe your stomach they're going to have things like licorice root, and they're going to have the fennel, and they're going to have like the peppermint. So I feel like this was definitely different from those teas. Rooibos is also very, very good for hydration. So if you are sick, like I can only imagine, like if you had like a stomach flu or something, this might be really, really good to get you rehydrated. plus also to soothe your stomach. Now, I'm saying that like as in my opinion, I feel like it's something worth trying. I haven't tried it, obviously, and I'm also not a doctor. So, you know, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But I was very impressed with this tea just as far as it was very, very soothing for my stomach. That was a long explanation. And then the very last tea that I have is also from Dominion Tea, and this is their Highland Maple. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, this is coming from someone though who loves maple tea. I love maple flavoring. I love maple donuts. I love maple cookies. I love maple candies. I love maple. So the ingredients in this are organic black tea and natural flavor. This tea is heavenly. It is so good. The black tea base is amazing. It's nice and like, it's like rich, but like not bitter. Oh my gosh. And that maple, it just like punches you in the face in a good way. It seriously smells like maple fudge or something, you know, like that just heavenly like maple sugar straight. Like you know, you don't have like the buttery pancake with it or anything. This is like a jug of maple syrup. And it is amazing. Amazing. Oh, love this tea. So this is another one that I need to get like a bag the size of my head, because I would be drinking this quite often, especially, yeah. Here's a funny little tidbit. I live in Chardon, Ohio, which we are actually known for our maple products. Like we are famous for our maple products. And so I'm around maple producing all the time. In fact, every single spring when the sap is running and all of that and maple products are being made, we even have a thing called the Maple Festival. So, I mean, I am well aware that maple is technically a spring product, but I always associate maple with autumn. I don't really know why. So this is one of those teas that I would drink all year round, but especially in the autumn, there's just something so cozy and magical about maple. So that tea I feel like is so perfect for that. Okay, you guys, that is it. That's all the teas that I've been kind of testing out and making decisions on recently. Let me know in the comments down below what you've been sipping on, and also let me know if you've tried any of these teas and let me know what your opinion was. And also let me know if you have any caramel apple tea suggestions. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for a little bit, and I will see you next time.